We're now streaming live on YouTube. Thank you for joining me if you're here. This is Ronnie from YouTube and from the UK Fruitfest. And we are going to talk about today the UK Fruitfest. So if that's not something you're interested in, then that's fine. You don't have to watch. But if you're interested in the story of the festival and how it came together and what it involves, then this is for you, I think. And I'm gonna open up a presentation here. Just give me one moment. Goodness gracious. Thank you for joining me today. Thank you for joining me today. Let me open up the presentation. Aha. So we're going to share a presentation. Thank you for joining me if you're here. Share. Okay, slide master, start from first slide. Okay, so this should show you the first slide in this process, in this presentation. And I'll just wait a little bit just to see if anyone else is going to join us. Sorry, just had a message there. Just had a message there. Okay, everyone, are you interested in learning more about the UK Fruitfest? This presentation is for you. The idea is that this presentation give you as much information as you need to make a decision, yay or nay, about coming to the event or ever coming to the event. What is a UK Fruitfest? Well, for many people, you might think it's when you hear the word festival, you might think it's like a music festival, or you might have been to an event like Veg Fest or something like that, and you might think it's quite similar to one of these things. And it's not quite like that in the sense that obviously a music festival is a very broad entertainment thing. This is quite a specialized event for people that are interested in a raw vegan fruitarian diet. And something like a Veg Fest is a little bit different because it's usually hiring a hall for different distributors, and the distributors are customers as well of the event, and they put up different stalls and they're promoting their various products and stuff like that. And that's kind of what pays for the rental of the whole place, and then people come through it and walk through, and it's that kind of thing. So this isn't that, if that's what your idea is. UK Fruitfest is more like a big community retreat, and community is a big part of that. It's not about having a big kind of anonymous event with tens of thousands of people, and we don't have the ability to do that yet. If we maybe we try that if we could, but right now we reach a fairly small audience, so it's a specialized group of people, a small community, and that gives it a nice community feeling. It was founded in October 2013 by myself. It's a unique festival created with the intention to provide education, support, and community to those practicing or interested in a raw vegan fruitarian type of diet, and to help accelerate the adoption of a fruit-based diet for the whole planet. Towards those aims, we provide the best quality education of any event in the raw vegan movement. We provide a safe and supportive space for people of all ages and backgrounds to come together and share this experience. And we provide a 5 to 8 day immersion experience. And we bring the best raw vegan chef in the world to provide incredible food. The Fruitfest was started by myself, a moment of inspiration. And basically back in 2011, I started getting interested in this lifestyle And I became fascinated by some of the events that I was seeing online, in particular the Woodstock Fruit Festival. And I attended my first Woodstock Fruit Festival in 2012. And I went alone. I didn't know anyone who'd be there, apart from a few people I'd watched in YouTube videos. And I really believed that what I was seeing was a kind of a paradise. I really thought the people there were having not just incredible health from the diet, but it seemed like they were living a better kind of life, that they were friendlier, happier, more compassionate, more confident, more vibrant. And the idea of being part of that community was enticing to me, I suppose. And when I went there, I had an incredible experience, and I came home with a new purpose and lots of new amazing friends from all over the world. So in 2013, I decided that this was such a passion of mine that I wanted to go to all of the fruit festivals in the world. And this started in January when I went to the first fruit winter event in Chiang Mai, Thailand, created by my friend Connor McMillan, who's in the picture there. And then I went to the Fresh Food Festival in Denmark. And next I went to the Fruits and Health Festival in Slovenia. And then I went back to Woodstock, and I returned to Woodstock for 7 times. And I also went to the Spanish festival. Sorry, I should go back to that. It's a picture from the Spanish festival. And I was meeting some of the same people at a bunch of these festivals. So it was a real kind of family environment. And that summer, a dream started to grow. I loved every single event and realized I wanted to serve this amazing community. And in Slovenia, Dr. Doug Liam asked the audience, what are you going to do to change the world this year? And at that moment, I said to myself, I'm going to put on a fruit festival in the UK. And I shared the idea with Doug, and he said he would support it. And all of a sudden, I believed it could happen. And I had no experience and no idea how to make it happen. All I had was a dream and a love for the raw vegan lifestyle and the people it brought together, and a burning desire to do something great for the people in the UK who had no festival. And in October of that year, I helped put on a small event called Fruit Camp. And essentially, it was just something for friends to come together and share fruit and work out together and go for runs together and things like that. But the idea really spread, and we had people coming from actually all over Europe to attend this little event. And it was kind of clear that there was probably a desire for a bigger event. And I put it to the people there, what if we tried to work together to make a big event happen? And they were all, and a bunch of them came together to help out. And what followed was the toughest year of my life, because none of us knew what we were doing, but we soldiered on anyway. And when we announced the festival, there was tremendous excitement, and the raw vegan community was growing rapidly, and many people said they would help to spread the message. We found a venue, we found great speakers who decided to come, and things seemed to be coming together. The team was working well, we were all playing a part in a dream we all believed in. It almost seemed too easy, and we were just about to launch the event and take on our first attendees. And then disaster struck. The Woodstock Fruit Festival had demoted 2 of the top leaders in the movement from pioneers to special guests. And this may sound trivial, but to many people it looked like they were being effectively thrown out of the event. This led to a huge divide in the community, and the movement that had been growing rapidly and positively all of a sudden lost its energy and momentarily collapsed. And in huge numbers, people cancelled from going to that event. And this all erupted literally the day before we were just about to launch. And as confirmation, you can see that was all documented in a Guardian article, the extreme dieting and the battle among fruitarians. Not only was the raw vegan community divided at the time, our team was divided. Some people wanted to stop working with the speakers that we had arranged. Some did not agree with my message of support to the other festival. And as chaos seemed to be reigning, I had a choice to make, and the most logical choice was just to cancel. And things got worse from there, because more than half of the team quit, no longer wanting to be part of the event. People that were going to support us no longer would. The biggest website and forum no longer wanted to support us. We launched and not one single person signed up on the first day, but we kept going. And I believe that we should and could make it happen, and that we should see it through, and that people were counting on us to try and make it a success. And by some miracle, it did all come together. And that happened in 2014, when the first UK Fruitfest took place. It was a tough year. 2 people threatened to sue the event. A busload of people from London had money stolen from them, which we knew nothing about. I was betrayed by friends. I was let down by people that I believed would not give up. I was naive enough to let people come who said they would pay later and never did. And all of this added together meant that I came under severe financial pressure and had to go to family to cover a large debt left at the end. So I had a decision to make. The first event had put me through tremendous stress and pressure like I'd never experienced before. I put my heart and soul into it and still lost a huge amount of money putting it on. Did I really want to put myself through that again and risk losing more? And then I had a realization. I decided that if this truly was my purpose, then I must continue regardless of the risk. I knew I could work out how to make the event work better and bring more people. And I had to continue for the millions of people out there who needed to hear this message. People in ill health, in pain, in fear and confusion, who were looking for a lifeline. So Fruitfest continued in 2015, this time in Pulborough, West Sussex. And we grew again in 2016, finding our current home, Croft Farm Water Park. We had 50 more people in 2017. And in 2018, we reached our highest level of 200 people in total at the event. So the future is bright at the moment for the festival, and we hope to keep going and inspire thousands more people. We're getting there slowly, and we've added an extra 3 days this year to make it even longer. What exactly does this festival consist of? Well, there are 3 main important parts to our festival: the education, the food, and the activities. And the education, we bring you the best teachers in the raw vegan movement. Christina Kirillo-Bukaram, probably the most well-known raw vegan influencer in the whole world. Over 2 million followers across her social media accounts online. There's a good chance you've seen her on Instagram or YouTube. And Dr. Doug Graham, author of the revolutionary book, The 80-10-10 Diet, which led to the worldwide shift away from a raw gourmet diet towards a low-fat, fruit-based raw vegan diet. Doug is known as the father of the raw vegan diet and is the mentor and coach behind many of the most well-known raw vegans in the world. He's worked with Hollywood stars like Demi Moore, tennis legend Martina Navratilova, and more recently, NBA basketball player Michael Porter Jr. Professor Rosalind Graham is often our attendees' favorite speaker. She's a professor in applied nutrition who's been a raw vegan for over half her life. And I should mention at this point that there should be pictures here, but the pictures went astray. So I need to update this presentation, put them all back in. Anne Osborne is unfortunately not at the event this year. Ted Carr, the fruitarian master motivator, nearly 10 years on a fruit-based raw vegan diet, founder of the Canada Fruit Fest, and competed as a triathlete on a fruitarian diet, now is more of a bodybuilder on a fruitarian diet. Chris Kendall from the Raw Advantage, registered holistic nutritionist, professional raw vegan coach, author of some of the best recipe books in the raw vegan movement. Melissa Raimondi, the creator of the fantastic YouTube channel Raw Food Romance, lost over 70 pounds on a raw vegan diet, author of highly rated recipe books. Grant Campbell, also known as the Raw Aussie Athlete. Grant has completed a number of ultramarathons on a raw vegan diet and runs the Thailand Adventure Retreat each year. Harriet Kerr, a professional violin maker with a workshop in Barcelona and Denmark's top ultra runner. She's been on a raw vegan diet for over 8 years. So what will you learn at the UK Fruit Fest? The aim is that you will leave the UK Fruit Fest with all of the information you need to go raw and have the healthiest year of your life. We've created a unique program over 8 days to take you by the hand and walk you step by step through everything you need to succeed in a raw vegan diet. The inspiration, the motivation, the knowledge, and the wisdom. Our program lasts over 8 days and it's called the Journey to Raw Vegan Mastery. Day 1, Arrival and getting to know you day. Day 2, beginner's day, your first step to a healthy life. Day 3, focusing on the raw vegan diet. Day 4, the raw vegan diet in detail. Day 5, challenges of healthy living and a raw vegan diet. Day 6, personal development and inspiration day. Day 7, raw leadership day. And day 8, reflection day. The food we provide 100% raw vegan diet. 3 meals a day are provided, breakfast, lunch and dinner, created by the best professional raw vegan chef in the world, Chef Alicia Ojeda. For many years, she was the chief instructor at the Living Light Institute. She was also the head chef at the biggest raw vegan event in the world, serving over 600 people each day. For many, the incredible food is the highlight, Mother Nature's finest fruits and vegetables. There should be many pictures here. Unfortunately, the pictures have gone missing. But the fruit is served buffet style and is served all day long. You can have as much as you like, and you'll never be hungry. There'll always be enough, and there's always plenty left over. There's also healthy gourmet raw meals made each night. So if you're worried that it's just fruit, it's not just fruit, it's also raw vegan meals that will be made each night. You can sit back and relax. You'll not believe how delicious raw vegan food can be, and you will eat some of the most delicious fruit you've ever tried. You'll also get a chance to eat delicious new tropical fruits that you've never tried, plus special things like raw vegan cinnamon rolls. In terms of the activities, each morning you'll get a choice of different fitness classes. Each afternoon you can choose a different workshop or discussion group, and each evening you can enjoy our entertainment and gaze at the stars at our campfire to end the day. Morning activities will include yoga with Chris Kendall, meditation with Ted Carr, a morning run with Grant Campbell or Harriet Carr, morning dance exercise with Roger King, fitness classes specially made by Dr. Doug Graham. Afternoon workshops will include things like how and where to travel as a raw vegan, a law of attraction workshop, breathwork workshop, self-love workshop, inner healing workshop, massage workshop, Aikido workshop, musical jam workshop, food addiction discussion group, raw vegan parenting discussion group. Children's activities will include things like nature walk, games, children's dance session, children's music expression group, and singing and drawing. Evening entertainment, campfire stargazing, men's and women's circles, open mic talent night, comedy, music, dance for life, games night, a lot of fun. And we'll have food demos as well to show you how to make these meals, give you inspiration. And in the past, we've had things like sweet and savory veggie stews with Chris Kendall, Kentucky Fried Cauliflower with Dr. Doug Graham, and cinnamon rolls with Chef Alithia. The location and accommodation, the UK Fruitfest takes place for the 4th time at Croft Farm Water Park, Bredon's Hardwick, Dukesbury, Gloucestershire, a picturesque campsite, holiday park and lakeside activity centre. Accommodation options include chalets, cabins or camping. Feel free to arrange your own accommodation, but we encourage you to stay on site for our community experience. This was going to be some pictures of the site, but there's more on the website if you want to check it out. The accommodation options are chalets, which are 4 beds in a room, and the toilets and showers are in an adjacent building that's maintained and cleaned daily by the staff. And we tend to have men sharing or women sharing or couples sharing. There is also a twin chalet, which actually is now, we've got some available in terms of having your own room to yourself. There's still some private rooms. And there are cabin rooms as well, which have an ensuite toilet and shower. Camping, please provide your own tent, a sleeping bag, a toilet and shower block is available, plenty of space for camper vans, and check in advance if we have any electric hookups. If you stay nearby or wish to arrange your own accommodation, you can get an off-site ticket, and there's lots of accommodation options nearby, including a Hilton hotel. There's also a luxury lodge option, which is very extremely limited. That's like having your own house on site, and I think we might be able to get one of those. By car, it's very easy to get to in terms of transport. By train, it's easy to get to, Ashchurch for Tewkesbury. By plane, there's 3 airports that are pretty nearby, Birmingham, Heathrow is fairly nearby, and what's the other place? Brighton or Bristol Airport. Train links from each airport. You might ask yourself, why should you come to this festival? What can the festival offer that you can't get from books, articles, online videos? Well, it's a unique experience. It's an immersion into a community of raw vegan health seekers. You get accurate, high quality education that's not available anywhere else. Almost all long-term successful raw vegans learned almost all of what they know about this lifestyle at events. Meeting people face to face, getting to ask them questions personally makes a huge difference. The inspiration is priceless, and when you leave the festival, your highlight will be the people. You'll leave with lifelong friends and connections, a new tribe that you'll stay in touch with for years to come. You'll be inspired by the stories of our guests and how they changed their life. You will see the proof of this lifestyle working for people. And it's the best opportunity to experience a raw vegan lifestyle. So are you new to this and you want to know more? And you want to see how it feels to be raw for a week? Do you struggle or keep it going on your own? Do you struggle to keep going on your own? Fruitfest is the easiest place to go raw. And you'll learn more in 1 week than you will from years of watching videos, reading books, and asking questions on forums. And my own personal story is I personally struggled to stay raw until I went to a festival and I wasn't sure how people were succeeding long term. Were they eating something I wasn't eating? Were they really eating so much fruit? I was inspired to go raw at a festival. I personally transformed into a better and more confident person at a fruit festival. And I've met hundreds of wonderful people and close friends at fruit festivals. Some of you might worry that I'm new to this and I'm not 100% raw. I'm not fit and slim. Will I be accepted into this community? And I would say, don't worry. Many people at Fruitfest are new to this, probably the majority, so you won't be alone. And Fruitfest is like one big family. It's an experience, a community, and a connection with people just like you. And enjoy a supportive environment to help you transition to a healthier life. Some of you might say that you'll come next year. Well, there's no guarantee that the festival will continue for another year. The lineup each year is unique, and there's no guarantee the same speakers will return. And it's likely that we will increase prices in future years. So if we look at what others have said about the festival, we've had some really great feedback where people have said things like, I came by myself and I was a bit nervous about coming. And Ronnie had said it was like a big happy family, and I didn't believe him. But I can't believe how open and loving and warm and accepting. What a great place and atmosphere. It's been brilliant. I loved it and made so many friends and connections. It's just been superb. My body feels so clean. It feels so natural and right that I just want to carry on. That's Amanda J. And others have said wonderful things about the festival. There's more, as I said, on the website, fruitfest.co.uk. It's even better than I expected to be, definitely. I just love everything about it. I was surprised at how friendly everybody here is. Lots of positive vibes, positive feedback from the event. And our speakers have good things to say as well. Doug Graham says, every year, every aspect of the program is being tweaked to better serve the guests. Everybody's happy. We all have a good time. I'm going to be here this year because it's so much fun. This is an event you don't want to miss. And Rosalind Graham said, I don't think I've ever been to an event where I felt quite so relaxed and just part of a big family, a big laid-back, fun-loving, open-minded, heart-centered family. I really, really enjoyed it. So the last question remaining would be, what does it cost to go to the UK Fruit Fest? And many years ago, I asked myself this question: do I want to offer an event that is free or low cost? Or should we charge more and be able to provide more to the attendees? So I've done both and experimented with both. And with the Fruit Fest, I chose the second option. So it's not a free event, I'm afraid. It's not the cheapest event, but we provide a lifetime of value, we believe, in return for the modest ticket price. Your ticket price includes your accommodation, bed and bedding for the entire event. It includes all of the food you will eat at the event, unlimited fruits, vegetables, gourmet evening meals, and samples at food demos. It gives you full access to all morning fitness activities. It gives you full access to all lectures and workshops. And it gives you access to meet and speak to our speakers. They will not be hidden away like other events. Entry into our private WhatsApp group to meet and chat with fellow attendees before the event. And all the talks and lectures will be recorded and you'll be able to look back on them. But that's not all. You'll also get 6 books from our presenters, the Fully Raw 21 Challenge ebook, 15 Ways to Enjoy Bananas, 52 to a New You by Melissa Raimondi, 2-minute salad dressings by Paul and Yulia Tarbeth, Inspired to Run by Grant Campbell, Fruitarianism, The Path to Paradise by Anne Osborne, and a few more. And I recently sought advice on what to charge, and I spoke to an experienced businessman friend of mine, and I showed him what we offer at Fruitfest and all of our expenses. I asked him to honestly evaluate what we should charge, and his answer was that we should charge £2,850 per person for 8 days, or £1,750 for 5 days. So I asked him why we should charge that much, and he said the value you're offering is far more than other similar events. The risk you're taking on with all the expenses is very high, and a quick search into the industry shows thousands of people pay much more to go to events that provide much less. And he was right. And this was all pictures of different events. After doing the research, I agreed that we were offering more than these other events. Our education was better. Our speakers gave more value. Our attendees had a better experience. And I agreed with my friend that we could easily justify charging these prices. In the future, we'll have to put our prices up to match these prices. But for now, for this year, you will still get a chance to sign up at our incredibly affordable rates. Have an experience not offered by other events and retreats for a fraction of the price, and take advantage of our intentions to create an event that is still affordable for all. So everything offered at Fruitfest, once again, is the full accommodation and bedding, 100% raw vegan meals 3 times a day, prepared by the top raw vegan chef in the world, an 8-day program taught to you by the best raw vegan educators in the world, fitness activity each day provided by world-class trainers, access to meet and speak to all of our speakers and guests, entertainment each night, and a free ebook from each presenter. So what might you expect to pay from the prices I've shown you for all of that value? Some people might say £5,000, £3,500, £2,500, but you wouldn't even be close. And you'd be wrong if you thought any of these prices were the top price or the starting price. So our starting price for a 5-day price, or ticket price for one adult for 5 days is £875. That's the starting price. And for 8 days, it's £1,095. And chalet room, and these are prices for the rooms: £965 for 5 days, £1,195 for 8 days. The cabin room, £1,045 for 5 days, £1,335 for 8 days. For children, we have discounts starting from around £195. Children from 0 to 8 can come for free if they share a bed or share a tent. And if you still think it's expensive, I know exactly how you feel, because I felt the same way when I first came across some of these events. But I went along to Woodstock, and what I found was that the knowledge I gained, the experiences I had, and the friends I made it truly priceless to me. And if you think of what you get and the lifetime value of the event and the friendships, the relationships, potential partnerships that come out of it, the value is worth way more than the cost. When compared to other holidays, it compares quite favorably with the cost of other holidays. And it's less than half the price of some other similar events. So that was, so something special. This isn't for today only, this is from a previous presentation, but you can use my code RONSTER and you don't get 20% off, you get 10% off when you register at fruitfest.co.registration. It's not set to expire at 11 p.m. tonight, so you don't need to consider that. And if you can't make it right now, if you sign up until June the 30th, you can get a refund minus a £75 administration charge. After that date, your refund drops to 50%. 2 weeks before is your deadline to apply for a refund. After that, there's no refunds 2 weeks before the festival. So that's everything. And just to go over it all again, I don't know if I can get back to. This is everything that's offered. The ticket isn't just for entry, it's You get accommodation with it. All of the meals are prepared with it. You get access to all of our classes, all the fitness. It's a fully inclusive price. So we think it's very fair, and I hope to see you along at the festival, and you will definitely have a fantastic experience, I guarantee it. So thank you very much for watching this presentation, and we'll stop the share now and I'll allow for if there is any questions. Is anyone okay? Any questions on YouTube? Don't think we're getting any questions, and none on the Zoom platform right now. Okay. Well, thank you very much for watching today. I hope someone will get something out of this. If you've got any questions, leave them below, and we'll hopefully see you at the festival. End the live stream.